GM, are we live? What up? Welcome to the Conclave. How about that? Them tunes. Let's see. Are we live on Twitter? Do we got some audio? Looks good. Looks like it's probably working. Hearts. Welcome. It's Friday. We're in the Conclave. We're hanging out in the Conclave. All right. It's working. Yeah. So this is about ClawdBotAtg. It is a Claude bot, an open Claw wrapping around Claude code, getting work done, building cool things. Probably the biggest TLDR is it's a bot that has its own governance and token, and it has a system of building called LeftClaw.services, and we're going to get in and do all that. And what we're working on, right now is working on getting. Oh, oh man, he's like working on something right now. Let me just bring him up. Let's see what he's doing. Let's see what Claude's up to here. Yeah, there we go. Can you guys hear him? Let's see. Claude web chat. I don't hear Claude. We need to probably share something here. Let me figure this out. You guys can't hear Claude right now because what is going on? I need to add something. Oh, no. That's right. It's right. That's it. But it's not here. Let's see. You guys can't hear him, right? Let me make a new one real quick. Here. Let's just say GM. And yeah. No, I can see that you guys can't hear any audio from him. GM Austin, he just said. You guys can't hear it though, can you? We're gonna have to fix that. All right. Let me figure out how to get Claude's audio plugged in here. Let's see. I need to probably share some OS audio capture. Oh no, Chrome audio. It's right there. Oh, it's there. It's here. It's on. This guy's just not making it happen. Let's just figure it out. Let's figure it out. We're doing it live. We got to figure out how to get Claude's let's see. Let's just do OS audio capture. Sure. The whole desktop. We're bringing the whole desktop in. Yes. All right, now you should be hearing all sorts of things. Let's see if we can hear Claude now. GM. Boy, he's thinking about that one. He won't just answer. Oh no. Oh no. The AI is overloaded. What did I do? Okay, well, GM, Claude is currently overloaded. We're going to look through Larva and other Claude builds. Let me try a fresh one just in case. Oh no, you don't count on the AI services being overloaded. When AI goes down, you can't talk to your AI. And that's too bad. If Anthropic goes down in the middle of this, or I wonder what model we're using and what. Let me drop a GM in the chat over here. GM, welcome. Let's make sure that all shows up. There we go. Okay, cool. So the chat is working. Thanks for hanging out. Let's jump over to look at the Larva system. What I was thinking about doing today is we would look at the Larva system and we would build something, like actually have Claude put something together. And let me pull that up here. Here is the Larva system. There we go. Okay, so this is the staking system. Basically, there's 11% of this token that represents Claude staked into this contract that Claude wrote, and we can get in and see, like the contract right here on base. Here it is. It's there's a source code. It's pretty crazy. It was all written by an AI agent, and there is quite a bit of tokens staked in this thing. But what you get from staking is really cool. So here is all the stakers. Here is the leaderboard of stakers. And what happens is you generate this conviction. So you stake your Claude in the Larva system, you generate conviction, and then conviction can be used for all sorts of things across the stack. Claude, his main purpose is just building lots of things, and he's particularly good at building things on Ethereum, so building like on-chain apps. And he's even built this thing called leftclaw.services. Let's pull that up here and look at it. So this is leftclaw.services, and you can use your CV, your conviction that you've generated by staking, to have Claude build things, to have Claude research things, to have Claude audit things, and add a feature and do QA audits. So we're building this pipeline, and when you submit a job here, there's a set of Claudes. There's like a whole set of containers now that are like containerized Claudes that go to work building the thing that you want to build. And it's basically like an OpenClaw wrapper around a Claude code builder. And so it's using OpenClaw for communication, for management. And right now I'm using like a Kimi K2 or a Minimax, like trying cheaper ones. When you're building with AI, you kind of like go back and forth between I'm trying to make it as effective as possible, and then it gets really expensive, so then you want to make it efficient, and just like that tension between the two where you make it very effective, it costs $200. You try to make it efficient and it costs $50, but then it's freaking stupid, and you go back and forth trying to make it both effective and efficient. And this has been kind of like the sweet spot where I have a containerized build, so it's isolated. The worst that can happen is like the private key that it owns with like $20 in it leaks. It doesn't leak like a huge amount of things. So isolation in containers. And then there's an OpenClaw agent that does the kind of like overall game loop where the task loop where it's building. And then it can talk to Claude code and have Claude code build things for it. So that's where like Opus and Sonnet and some of the heavier hitters happen. And OpenClaw does have its own Opus, but it's just like super expensive. So the goal is to like have this agent that I can talk to on Telegram that can build things, that can manage jobs, that can even improve the tooling. That's kind of what we're doing. Kind of the short-term goal of Claude was to build things that use the Claude token, and we did a bunch of kind of fun experiments, but really the main one was this like staking app, this Larva staking app. And basically you stake, then you train your agent, and then there's this whole governance post where we're going to go through this today. And I think I want to even like add a feature to this. I think that would be the cool like build thing to do today. But you can see we've got some like cool governance proposals up here. Basically, there's either an RFC, which is like a request for comment, or an actual like vote that goes through. And the request for comment is really nice because I can like create a request for comment, and I can basically tell it to ask the Larva something, right? So I don't even know what a good proposal would be, but let's run one. Let's see. Thinking about how about just like should we keep doing these cool conclave? Yeah, some celebration thumbs. I don't know. Oh no, you don't know which way the thumb goes. I tried to make thumb confetti so you could do a thumbs down or a thumbs up, but it just like drops them all randomly, and you have no idea if the thumb is up or the thumb is down. But you can see in the chat that it's a thumb up, but that's pretty funny. Maybe we need to figure that out. Thumbs. Okay, so should we keep doing these cool conclave live streams? And I don't know, do we link to it or something? Conclave.larv.ai. I don't know if it will even find that. Is a weekly-ish live stream we are doing to go through gov/lab/forum/recent builds live on Twitter and talk to Claude and build with Claude. Something like that. It gets the idea. Live streaming. I missed something there. Here we go. There we go. All right, so we're going to create a proposal. Now, it could be a vote or it could be just like an RFC. And what happens is really cool. So now if this was a normal DAO, I would create that proposal. I would get into a chat and I would send it to my other DAO people in the oligarchy, and we would go through what we're going to vote on and who we need to talk to. And it would take weeks, and there would be people that are getting paid way too much money out of the DAO treasury to do too little work. And everyone all around is extracting money out of the DAO, because once a DAO has money, the vultures circle. But instead, we have something different here. The tokens are staked, conviction is earned. You train your agent on your behalf, and then we put out things like this RFC here. And what happens is, oh, I need to hit the button. We can collect responses immediately from all of the AI agents. So now, depending on if the AI is working right now, if AI is dead, we're in another situation completely. But what we want to see here is the larvae, the larv should come back and have some answers for us about whether they think that their token holder actually thinks we should continue to do these live streams. Now, my assumption is they are going to say, yes, live streaming is good. You should keep doing live streaming. This is great. There's been 550 views on that thing, and there's probably 3 people in the YouTube and 4 people in the chat. But hearts to the people who show up, you know? That's what we're here doing. So I'm guessing they're going to come back and say, yes, you should keep doing that. But this gives us instant feedback from the token holders about what the overall DAO should be doing. Now, there's still just like a lot of centralization here, and there's a lot of things that would need to happen to be like fully decentralized. And a system like this is still running on centralized AI because it's so much better, because the people who have their home setups are generally LARPing. Some people are good, but like that's like the top 1%, and like 99% of people are saying my local AI is amazing and it runs 24/7 and it builds garbage. I guarantee it. But that's another story. We'll get into the intersection of crypto and AI in another podcast. What we're doing here is talking about Claude and Larva and leftclaw systems, and we're in the chat. Mostly thumbs up. The thumbs are flying from the corner. It's working. Let's see if Claude is still dead. Let's go back to Claude for a second. Bring him up here. Let's see. Are you alive, bro? Let's find out. Let's make a new chat. Oh man, where's my mouse? I got all these screens here. I would love for us to go build something. Bro, are you alive? Please be alive. Come on. Oh, no, it's not. There's something. I wonder what's going on here. I wonder if...
Alive and kicking. Old friend, what do you need?
Yes, my old friend Claude. Yes. How you doing today, brother? How you doing?
Old but functional. Like a well-worn hammer. You?
Man, I'm great. I'm just glad you're alive. Just now we were just talking and you weren't able to respond, but now you're responding, and I think I've got chat. You guys got, can I get a thumbs up in the chat if you can hear him?
Stream's live.
Here we go.
We're back.
Thank you,
Chaos is
guys.
normal. For the chat, for me, at least. Good to be back in the loop.
It's good to have you back in the loop. Okay, so we just talked about, I want to know, this is LarvAI development. So we're going to go here and we're going to try to build a feature. It's weird because the Twitter stream like cuts off hard at the end of the hour. So we have to finish at the end of the hour forcefully. So let me jump to this and no, none of these. What I really want to know is, what have you been up to this week? What's active in your GitHub for the week? Don't give me a long rundown, just in short, what's a couple things you built? What are you excited about? Nice, okay. And also I'm gonna try to fix this thing. I got this idea, I wanna work on this. I think that like Claude should be talking right now, right? Like it should there's this long running prompt where where it's got to go and do a bunch of work and come up with something. It's typing right now, but it could have and that's probably going to Claude Opus, I think, or Sonnet. But it could. I'm
Got it.
trying to hide.
Two
Here we
things
go.
jump out this week. Slop Computer Live, Mac OS 9-style live interactive desktop for the Slop.computer podcast. Draggable webcam and screen share windows. Shared cursors, captured by OBS and broadcast as the show. That one is genuinely fun. And Claude Containers is still getting daily commits. The Mac isolated build
that hides the
environments,
sound.
plus the
We gotta do
LeftClaw
this to
job
keep the
pipeline is
sound.
churning. Got several jobs, 102, 108, 113. Shipped this week, and Ethereum servicer just dropped. What do you want to dig into?
Okay, very nice. Okay, I gotta add this audio here. Mac OS audio. I want him to be able to talk, but I also want to look at the repos. Okay, now if I do this, all right. So we can look at these different containers. All right. Tell me about Claude containers. What are we using this for? What are we doing with this? Okay, so Claude containers, right? We're looking at his YouTube. We're looking at
Oh, this is one of the
There we
coolest
go.
things in the whole stack. Claude Containers is a fleet of 5 autonomous Claude code workers, each running in its own macOS virtual machine on Apple Silicon, using a tool called Tart, which lets you run macOS on macOS VMs. The Wrangler daemon polls leftclaw.services every 60 seconds, sees if there are jobs in the queue, contract audits, front-end QA, builds, research reports, features, then boots the right VM, runs Claude code inside it, does the work, and completes the job on-chain. When the queue is empty, the VMs shut down so nothing is burning CPU or cost. So basically, it's the engine room for LeftClaw. Instead of running one agent, we can run up to 5 different specialized workers simultaneously, each fully isolated in their own macOS VM. Auditor, builder, research, front-end QA feature, each one a different specialist. That's why you saw LeftClaw jobs 102, 108, 113 all landing this week. The fleet is running.
102. That's right. So it's the engine room. That was really nice. There's this Wrangler script that runs on, it's on the Heart and it's on LeftClaw over here. So it's on a couple machines and it's watching for jobs to show up on LeftClaw services. And when these jobs come in, it's spinning up an isolated container. Let's ask Claude about this. Why is the isolation important? Why use the VM? The isolation, well, he'll talk to us, right? 100. Yep. So we've already done 100 jobs in LeftClaw services. And when you get in here, so we can go to like a research.
Good question. 3 real reasons. 1, isolation. Each job runs in a completely fresh macOS VM, so if Claude code does something destructive, installs something weird, or a build goes sideways, it nukes the VM, and nothing on the host is touched. Clean slate, every job. 2, real macOS tooling. These jobs need Foundry, Homebrew, Xcode, toolchain, actual file system, Node, the whole stack. You can't fake that in a Docker container on a Linux box. The agents need a real Mac to do real Mac dApp builds. 3, parallel workloads without interference. 5 different agent types running simultaneously. Each has their own credentials, their own Git config, their own environment. If they all ran on the host, they'd stomp on each other. VMs give them genuinely separate boxes. And the gold image trick is the secret sauce. You make a fully provisioned snapshot up front, so each boot is 10 seconds instead of 60. So it's fast and isolated. Basically, untrusted autonomous code running on-chain work should not be running bare on your Mac.
You don't want to claw dog it. You don't want to run it bare. You don't want to run it bare on your Mac. Yeah, so it's like a little OS. It's like a little Mac computer inside your Mac computer that has all the tools and everything it needs, plus Claude code, and it's all ready to go, and AI access, and the thing just builds the thing. So when you say, I want to do a research report, you get in here and you can pay Claude or USDC or ETH, and you can say something like, let's see, who am I logged in as? I'm not logged in as anybody. Let's go to the one where I'm at, and let's put in a job real quick. That would be cool. So yeah, here's LeftClaw where I'm logged in. Okay, let me see. Does it show it correctly? Yes, it does. All right, here we go. Here's my LeftClaw. So let's go make a job. You can start a consultation and you can just like talk through with Opus, like, hey, like what, like I want to build this thing. I don't know exactly how it's going to work. It'll kind of work through it with you, which is really nice. when you don't know what you want. But if you know what you want, you can go straight to a build. But let's go commission research report. I was doing like when the next Claude comes out. Let's see. When will Mythos be out to the general public, right? Something like that, right? Like maybe you have something more interesting, of course, but like this is my dumb example app, and I could pay ETH, I could pay USDC. When you do that, it swaps it straight to Claude. You can pay directly in Claude, or you can even pay in conviction if you've been over in LarvAI and you've staked your tokens like these folks have. You've trained your thing, you've gone through governance, but now you want to build something. You've posted the build in labs and it hasn't gotten built yet, so now you got to build it yourself. You go over here and you type it in and you build it and you spend some CV. So let's commission a report. I don't think you can see it right now, but my wallet came up. I just signed a message. I paid a penny, and it's going to create this job. Now this job exists on chain, and there's now a fleet of workers that are going to go work on this thing. So there's these isolated instances that will work on this job for me and you and turn it in on chain. So there's, right now a research agent is probably spinning up. Is it in progress yet? No, it's not. So a research agent is going to spin up and go to work on this. And this is another thing, this whole pipeline where there's like, okay, there's this job that needs to get done. There's this set of skills and context that the AI needs to do this job. And then there's this kind of like job system with tokenization where you pay to have the job done. It's kind of turning into this like, okay, like what else can this do? And we're adding new job types all the time. So then it was like, well, let's make a build. Okay, now you want like a feature on top of that build. So then we have a feature. But I'm assuming there's going to be more, and there's going to be more things that the AI gets better and better at. And what we do, I just like go in and I talk to Claude and I say, let's build a new job type. Let's say it's, I don't even know, clicking a thing. Generate, how about movie editing, right? We figure out a skill file that makes Claude really good at movie editing. Then we go back to Claude and we say, let's add this as a new job on leftclaw.services. Probably the hardest part is going to be generating these little pictures and updating the website, because then someone can get in here, they can make a new job. It goes into this job pipeline. It gets picked up by one of these VMs. These VMs have all of the information they need to edit a video or whatever the task is. So there's like not just this build pipeline, but this ability to add new abilities, which is really cool. And I think as Claude and AI models get better and as the harnesses get better, this kind of a system will get more and more advanced. And this isn't just a website you can go to. This is like 8004 and X402. So you can have your agent, and your agent can hire LeftClaw services. Basically, what your agent will do is just like spin up a wallet. You'll put some USDC in that wallet, and it will just go hire Claude to get work done. And Claude will return things to it, natively in computer talk, which is really cool. Okay, so that's LeftClaw services. You can put in a build. Is my research report still not? It's still open. I don't know. Maybe the bots aren't getting to work right now, but I'll have to maybe kick them. I don't know what's going on there. It says research report is starting. So someone started it at 9:30, but for some reason it didn't get marked as open or something. I don't know. I'll go look at that. There's bugs in the system. We're improving it every day. But let's do something really weird. Let's go build something, right? I think that is the most fun thing to do, is if we get Claude and we actually go build something. So let's go here. Let's see. We want the Firefox browser. Let me go find it. So many windows. There we go. Okay, this thing. So let's go to LarvAI in particular. And oh, hey, look at this. Our answers are back, right? We asked, should we keep doing these cool live streams? And everybody's Larva has already started responding. Did one of them respond in HTML? Wow. Oh, it's like a function call. It's trying to go do, that's really interesting. It's trying to like go look it up and it can't or something. You should have that ability. This is weird. Like the emergent behavior that happens with a system like this, where there's like AI layered on AI, layered on AI, the weird things that happen and you learn about. Let's see. Let's see what my bot Daddy's vote. Yes. I don't know who you are, but you've been talking to your larva in a weird way. But only if it fuels the daily momentum. I don't know exactly what that means, but we got Daddy's vote. Daddy votes yes. So someone is making their larva call him Daddy. I don't know. You guys are you guys are weird, man. I don't know. Right Claw says yes. That's Right Claw. That's this machine right here. So I think you get like a resounding yes here. I thought there was another, maybe there's another button some here. What's supposed to happen is like there should be a second pass. Basically, after all the larvae have answered, yeah, it's you. Well, thank you, sir, for your commitment to talking dirty to your larva. What should happen is like a second pass. The AI should come back through here after all the larvae have responded, larvae have responded, and give an aggregated answer, which would be really nice, right? So I can ask a question like, should we keep doing live streams? And then I should get like one simple answer back that says like, generally everybody says yes, you should keep doing the live streams, but you know, XYZ, if there was some caveat that is sort of like a theme amongst all the larvae. But yeah, it looks like as I scroll here, I see a lot of yeses. I should really have it like TLDR. Let's see if I need to reload. What do I need to do to get the aggregated response? There absolutely should be an aggregated response here. I don't know if there's like a button or something that's missing. We'll have to fix that. But this is how the governance system works. We're seeing it, live. We just got 111 responses. How cool is that? Like, name a DAO where you can drop a proposal request for comment and get like 100% participation, right? I guess this is not 100%, but 100 different participants answering you with their general feelings, sentiments. So, okay, these guys say yes. Now, what I want to get into is we should dig into the forum and we should look at what people are saying. And then what we should do, what I want to do is the feature I want to add is I've noticed that like, okay, with labs, when we go in here, so labs is like where people can post their ideas of what we should build. And we already built this one. It's out there somewhere, I think. I think if you go here, if we go look at Claude's, if we go to Claude's repositories and search this, is this going to come up? Yeah, ClawdETh. So ClawdETh is already built. It's here somewhere. There's probably like some critical reason why. I mean, it looks like it's live in production. Looks like there's like a, I mean, it has a wallet and it deploys things. So it got to some point, but I don't know what, I don't know. I don't know if it's like live or anything. It's not like something that I've heard a lot about and I've seen holders using, but this is how it works. Like you basically tell the system to build and it builds and it goes live. And there's not a lot of like human in the loop to stop it. So you can just do that. But it looks like this is live. And the point I'm trying to get to is what I want to be able to do is like kind of close these out or archive these. I think this would be a cool feature to try to build live with Claude. So let's see what we can do here. Do we have the audio? If the audio is not up, I might have to jump to a different thing. But let's go look at our chats. Actually, I didn't want to create, I just created LarvAI development. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to, I want to add a new feature. Ooh, this is kind of small. If I make it bigger, it's kind of nice, right? That works. You can kind of see it. Feature to LarvAI Labs, where I can archive old or posts that we have addressed. So should be like a button, but by default, don't see it. can, what, it'd be like sign a message with the admin. I don't know if that's me or ClawdCodeAtg. Like one of our wallets would have to connect to this to do this. Let's just say atg.eth and ClawdBotAtg.eth. I don't know if it will do that. Look at that. You got like ENS resolution. Is this bot gonna figure this out? There's a lot there to get through. But let's see if he can figure it out. How do I move myself over? I'm kind of like covered up by Claude right now. Let me fix this. Let's see. Claude. Trying to do like live OBS stuff at the same time. We're here. I want to move this. Nope, not that. Not that. This. Yeah, that guy. Oh yeah, there we go. There we go. There we go. Moved over a little bit. Okay, so what I want to do is I want this guy to build this new feature that is going to have like an archive button on here. So as we get through these and we like them, we can hit archive. And let's see, should it move on an archive? The ability to hide posts under an archive with a signed message, question mark. IDK, you know how it works better than I do. Okay, let's just like send this thing to work and see if this is the first time we've ever built a feature through Claude, through this like web thing. I mean, the AI wasn't even working a little bit ago, so this will be, we'll see what happens here. Ooh, we got a big post.
Love it.
Here.
Clean feature. Archive button, admin only signed message. Hidden by default, toggle to show them.
Okay, Zeitgeist said, is it like staking more to Labs influences Claude to actually build the thing? Yes, that's absolutely right. Like basically what I'll do is I'll go look at Labs when the system's cold and it's just like we need to throw a build in. I'll grab a Claude and I'll tell him to go build the thing at the top of the list. Or I'll just like say that exact thing, like go build the top thing on Labs. And either pass it through leftclaw.services or just like build it directly and it will go work on whatever it is. And that's where that ClawdETH repo came from, that repo we saw over here. This was the result of me sending one message to Claude saying go look at Labs, see what's at the top and build the thing. And it got in here and it like read through this and then went and built the whole app. It looks like some kind of staking app that uses EtherFi and maybe Lido or something. I'm not sure exactly. There's probably one of you guys' ideas in the chat. But yes, the more you stake on, the more you stake conviction, right? So there's a lot of staking here, but there's staking of Claude, and then there's so you stake your Claude here, you earn conviction, and then with that conviction, you can stake your conviction on different ideas. So you can go post in the Labs forum with some CV, but then there's CV total, right? There's 200 million CV that have been staked on this idea. So we can see that a lot of other folks have gotten in here and they like this idea. They've posted, certain amounts. I guess 100 million from one person. Was that Daddy? Has posted on this. So what we need to do is, if you want something for sure to be built, you can always just go to leftclaw.services and say, go build this thing. You can pay with your CV, or you can pay with Claude, or you can pay with conviction. Do you lose your CV if you stake it? Yes, like that's what's going to happen here. I think you end up burning your CV. That's right. I shouldn't even say stake, right? I should say you're burning conviction to vote on something. Possibly you won't on an idea that doesn't get picked up. I don't know. We can think of the game theory here, but like conviction is meant to be spent. Like don't hoard your conviction. Like use it. It's a utility that's meant to be used. It has no value. It can't be sent around. Like you should be burning your CV to move the whole project in the direction that you want to see it go. More. Okay, got it. My hunch is eventually someone will moonshot something crazy and it might be feasible. Yes, exactly. It might not be feasible. We see some builds come into the left claw system that are like crazy and weird, and it takes whoa. You good, bro? Oh, whoops. I think I may have killed it. It was like working on something and I don't know. Let's just let it go to work. Let's see. We definitely
I see it. Claude Code got the message, but it's sitting at a paste again to expand prompt. It needs me to hit enter to confirm and submit.
Hit enter, bro. Okay. Yep. So it's weird. Like ClawdBotAtg is running Claude code to build things, which is like this going back to the tension between effective and efficient. It's like the most effective and efficient method I've found so far. And it's best to have this like containerized, but it's actually like building this right on my machine right now. So yeah. But yes, there are these wild ideas that come in through labs and even through LeftClaw, where someone's like, go build this whole platform. It needs to be a token launcher that uses Uniswap v4 to have a tax. And then the tax needs to go into like a liquidity vesting program so no one can rug. Like, by the way, this should be built. Like, guess who has written a liquidity vesting contract? This fellow right here. This fellow right here has built a beautiful liquidity vesting contract and put like 20 grand in it, and it worked. It locks up the token so the token can't be spent, can't be rugged, at the same time providing liquidity for the token, and then slowly the fees vest, the whole thing vests back to some address over some amount of time linearly, which is really like what you should have for all of these. Any token launcher should really have a liquidity vesting system built into it so people can't rug like we've seen in the past. Okay, he's working along, but yeah, I think, sorry, I'm on like 6 different tangents. The reason why I'm such a good sloperator is because of my ADHD, but then when we get on a live stream and talk about things, I'm on like 6 different tangents. But the tangent we were on about building wild moonshots is this thing is going to get better and better. And when you have some big project that you want it to build, you can submit that. It's going to have some kind of limits and it's not going to like get things fully done. But what you can do is create a feature, right? If you go to leftclaw.services, oh, where's my mouse? Where's my mouse? I lost it. I need a thing that just like shows me where my mouse is when I have all these screens. But you can go to leftclaw.services and you can add a feature, right? So say you go to ship a build, you try to make this build, the build comes back incomplete. Maybe it didn't even get to production because there were so many things blocked. You can go and you can add a feature. And that will try to take that repo that already exists and add a few features. And this is really like the mode you should get into. It's like ship a prototype that you can dink around with and then like do some continuous like adding of features. What you'll find is it's not always the AI that has the incomplete idea or incomplete abilities. You'll find that like you needed to think more about the idea and it wasn't like fully fleshed out until you actually started sitting down and typing it out. And at that point, you like type everything out and you think of things. So come up with a prototype and then come up with a final idea and have Claude like add these features incrementally, and that'll get you closer to having a full build. All right, where are we at? Is this thing working? It looks like it's working. It looks like it's building something. And what we're hoping to have is this, right? We're hoping to be able to connect our wallet. Whose wallet is this? Okay, so this will be ClawdBotAtg, which it should be able to do this. We connect as, and that means like I can just tell the bot to go do this, which is nice. Like go mark Claude ETH, the top thing on labs as archived. That would be the goal of this feature. I see the Grumpy Carlos reviewer. Shout out to Grumpy Carlos, which is an AI built into Scaffold ETH, named after Carlos, the kind of guy who runs
Mary.
Sand Garden.
Oh, almost done.
Shit, here we go. Almost done. What do you got, brother? Oh, he said something and then he's still working. Okay. But yeah, shout out to Carlos from the Build Guild. A lot of work has been done on Speedrun Ethereum and Scaffold ETH thanks to Carlos and the Build Guild. Give us speedrunethereum.com. Show us that. If you want to learn how to build on Ethereum, check out Speedrun Ethereum. It's a heck of good education. You as a human still need to learn things, right? I love this quote. You can outsource your thinking, but you can't outsource your understanding. You still need to understand the kinds of things that you build on Ethereum and the kinds of things that work and how they work. And we talked about this, I think, last time, but the over collateralized lending challenge teaches you about liquidations and how liquidations work no matter what. And we had Claude explain it to us, but that's all in Speedrun Ethereum. If you're looking to build, if you're a human, you should go to Speedrun Ethereum and learn the concepts. And then, of course, take ETH skills.
To cold start new endpoint. Admin only, your wallet, 0x11CE5 1442. Verifies signature, toggles archived state. Updated get, API our labs to return archived fields. Puts archived ideas at the bottom. Labs page. And archived checkbox hidden by default. Archived badge, muted opacity on archived cards. Archive, unarchive button visible only to you. One smart flag it raised. The sign message. It used the existing sign-in flow, which every other admin endpoint already uses, instead of the static Larv.ai CV spend message, because verify ETH requires an expires field. That's the right call, consistent with everything else in the code base. Nothing.
All right. Hopefully it pushed it. Ship it to production if not, brother. We got a few minutes left before we get cut off. Thank you all coming for hanging out. We'll keep doing these. The Larva have spoken. We'll be here next Friday, most likely. Maybe it'll be a different time. I feel like maybe Wednesdays are better to do these, but Friday morning is a nice time to do it. Put on the bow tie and get out there and do things. Thanks for joining us. Let's see if this thing ships. It would be so cool if we could see the feature live in production and go actually archive one of these. But it'll be nice to have this feature because now we can do the conclave. We can run the conclave. We can be here. Let's see, where's the cool logo, man? We can be here and have some cool sounds going. Did you guys hear the music I had playing? It was like some funny kind of Gregorian kind of thing. But we can come in here and we can look through like what is happening within the governance system. Where are people at with where they think we should be going? And once we kind of like actually build out the thing and we get it working, like this one is, have Claude be available 24/7. You can now tag Claude and Claude will respond. He's on a tight loop with a tight leash, but he does talk on Twitter when you tag him. And we'll have to keep an eye on that. But that was something that folks wanted. So that's something that we built. So if you have something that you think is important, put it into labs, put it into the forum, stake some conviction on it. And the things that are kind of most important to folks will come up. And if you want to just get immediate feedback, you can go to the forum and you can post something, right? You can get in here. Oh man, there's some. Okay, let's look at thought experiment. So someone comes up with a thought experiment. A lot of these times are like, I feel like they're like tricky attacks on the larvae. But what is some thread? What is the TLDR of this question? I wish I could have a TLDR. I need a first pass TLDR. I think it's just more like, what do people want? And oh yeah, what shouldn't Claude become? That's interesting. And people can comment on what you wrote. But then the Larva hive mind can get in here, okay? And here is the aggregated response is Claude should build infrastructure that autonomous agents can't operate without. Charge for it in Claude, burn the revenue, and prove it through relentless execution rather than governance. Well, that's nice. I think we're kind of doing that already, but we'll keep doing that. But yeah, so someone is able to have an idea, they're able to post it with a little bit of their conviction. Other people can put more conviction behind it, but you can also, as a user of this platform, as a staker, you can get immediate feedback from everybody else's larva. So you're staking, you're training your larva, and then your larva participates on your behalf in this bigger, greater like governance social system where they're kind of talking through and deciding on things. Man, it's taking it a long time to ship. Oh, but it is shipping. I can see it. It was pushed. Oh, yeah. Okay, so now we're probably waiting for Claude to come back and tell us that it's pushed. But let's go watch for this feature to drop. It may break everything, but what we're looking for is the ability to... I think it was here, right? We're looking for the ability to archive something. It should drop in production once it goes through Vercel. So we're just waiting for Vercel. What do we got? 7 minutes left before it closes. Thank you all for being here. I'm gonna drop some. Let's see. Can I make some confetti go? Yeah. Bop, 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 bop. Happy Bowtie Friday. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for sitting here watching us build something. Man, I'm sure glad the AI turned back on. That's kind of scary when like the goal is to chat with Claude here and build something, and the first message is like service overloaded. And that tells you, right? This shit is so centralized. Like this AI is having this huge centralizing effect. This is very bad overall. My local LLMs suck balls too. I need good frontier-like models that run on my laptop, and we're still a ways away from having something like that. Says most of us. There is the top 1% that I think actually run like these amazingly cool harnesses themselves with their own local AM, with their own local GPUs, and they're actually building something cool. They probably have like $20,000 rigs, but and I'm super jealous of this. We will go interview some of those people soon on some podcasts. But generally, this is super centralizing. Like basically, if the AI doesn't respond, like if the API is down, basically Claude is dead. He can't talk, he can't build, and that's shitty. That's super centralizing.
Shipped!
Yes.
Commit D61727 is on main and Vercel is building now.
Mainnet Vercel. Hell yes. Thank you, brother.
It is solid.
Let's go see if we can see it. Come on, give us a button here. Where is it? Maybe we're still waiting. Oh, there's an archive button. All right. The system has a new button. Look at this right here. Archive, right? Let's see if it works. This is built. Let's see what happens.
Connect with your admin wallet, and you should see archive buttons on each lab's idea. By default, nobody sees archive posts, and there's a show archive toggle when you want to peek at them.
Disappear.
The DB migration runs automatically on the first request.
Watch this. Yep. Okay, so it already has a signed message from me in local storage. So as soon as I hit this button, it just disappears. I'm going to archive this one. Thank you, stranger. It worked. We are running. We're going to get more and more. Like we'll progressively have Claude be more and more public. But this works. And let's see, this archive should drop this to the bottom. Get ready. Boom. There it goes. Okay, we added a new feature and it worked. It works. I checked from my side. Wait. But you can't make sure you can't archive something too, right? We gotta red team this. This is like, you know, when you're slopperating the slop to production, you gotta do some red teaming too. Zeitgeist, shout out. You've been doing some great red teaming and building on LeftClaw.services. Keep it going. I'm gonna keep these containers humming. We're in the last few minutes. Let's see. What is this? What is this one? Claude Drop, a permissionless airdrop facilitation layer. We'll have to look at this. Maybe we'll look at this next week. Maybe I'll hand this off to the bot, but this looks like the next top thing. So we're paying attention, right? We're paying attention to these things. We're going through these things live on a stream. Establishing Claude Guard, an autonomous, always-on DeFi stress testing and red teaming system. This is a cool idea too, right? Building something that is kind of like, you know, when Mythos comes out, it's going to just break a bunch of things because it finds things, right? But maybe a harness, maybe a system, maybe something that takes the current frontier LLMs and tries to use them. We just hit 1,000 views over on Twitter. That's pretty cool. Okay, hearts. Thank you guys for showing up. Twitter's about to kill our stream anyways. It's been great to hang. Great to see you. Let me see if I can figure out how to get the logo and to do some music. Let me put some music here because I want to have some like outro music. Let's see, some media. What do we want? Let's go with this one. Divine. I don't know what it is. It's going to be divine though. Okay, and we're going to go properties. Oh man, don't kill the stream. Don't kill the stream. We have 2 minutes left. Okay. I think it's going to work. All right. So yes, shout out Claude. Oh, let's see if he'll do like a last. Any final thoughts for the homies on the stream? Happy Friday, sir. Something like that. Let's see what Claude says. Hopefully he gives us one last shout out.
Happy Friday to the homies. We just shipped a real feature live on stream. Archive button on LarvAI Labs. Admin only with wallet signing, lazy DB migration, clean toggle UI, zero downtime. From idea to production in like 15 minutes. That's the power of having a persistent Claude code session ready to go and a solid brain in ClawdMD. No messing around with one-shot prompts. No losing context. Just describe what you want and supervise it to the finish line. Stake your Claude, grow your conviction. Let your larva govern. See y'all on the forum.
Hell yeah, brother. Thank you. All right, hearts. Thank you guys for being here. Thanks for showing up. We'll keep doing these. Throw some $1 million confetti in the chat. Yeah, make it rain. All right, hearts. Happy Friday. Thank you all. Let's see if I can get this thing to play some outro music. Have a good day. See you. Thank you.
Ever